Shirt or Trey, this shirt fits me so much better now.
You lost some weight?
Yup.
Hell yeah. I'm working on my dad bod too.
We're live, by the way.
Yeah, we're totally
yeah.
live.
That's fine.
Nice. That's all right. We don't shame people here.
Oh,
I
dear.
got a D-style shirt and I was sweating about it fitting because you know how that is.
Yeah.
But it fits, so we're good.
Okay, I know everything looks absolutely like not right now. I'm working on it in the background. I don't know what's up with my computer. My Google Meets is like absolutely not working. All the problems last week and this week, guys. I'm gonna let Logan take the wheel for a few moments while I fix the stream so it looks right, and then all the socials and all that fun stuff. Thanks for joining us. Logan, go for it. Even though that you can't see you.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another week in 2025. Actually, happy to actually make it on the podcast tonight. Obviously, we got our guests here. You may know them, you may not. I'm pretty sure you do, but we got our boy out of Phoenix, Trey, Mr. Howard, and we got Vittorio, both recurring guests on the show. Happy to have both of you guys back, and both now teammates.
Yeah.
Oh, teammates again.
Again.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting news. You guys announced adding Vittorio, a couple weeks ago now?
Oh yeah. It was kind of like a simultaneous thing. We just kind of had to work out some logistics before. We didn't want to talk or announce it prematurely.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there was like leaks everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just like one of those situations where we just kind of wanted to do it in a timely manner once everything was kind of ironed out. So yeah.
I think if you're at all paying attention at finals, a lot of people, Vittorio, thought there was a pretty high likelihood of you going towards like an overdose direction. You don't have, I mean, you don't have to explain too much about that decision, but I'm just kind of interested to hear your thoughts on that.
I mean, I play with multiple chassis, so whatever works for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've always had the GRK hidden in my lineup since like May of last year.
Mm-hmm.
So
how long has working with Shibata kind of been on your radar?
I want to say around, Trey, was it around November?
Yeah, I could say.
I think it's like the second week
Definitely.
of November, right?
Yeah, I want to say definitely November. Things started to formulate and kind of come together, and it was just to kind of go off of what Vittorio was saying to answer your question a little bit more. They had a lot of moving parts as far as literal parts, like what chassis and the R was coming out and stuff like that. So November was really, really busy. So after November, we kind of got to talking. It's like been a blur since.
And so then, you're a fairly recent addition as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how did that all come together? Like, I know you traveled a lot, and
that was Vittorio. So it was funny because I remember. So when I went to Japan last February, I met up with Ito-san. He was kind of like the track master, the guy that ran everything at Joyous, and he let me drive. Like I want to say it was like his GS2. It was completely like done up, and it's really like a really nice aggressive chassis. And I drove it, and I was like, okay, like it was just too much going on. But what I felt with the car was something that I really wanted to get into. So when Vittorio got his in May, he built it. It was a little bit after he got back from Texas. He let me drive it, and I drove his. And the way he had his set up, I knew I wanted to get one. And literally that weekend, I ordered one, and it was probably like 5 days after I ended up driving Vittorio's. I had one.
Nice.
Yeah, but I think like actually the timeline is right before RCDC is when like it all became. I was like, oh crap, like this is actually happening because we received our GRK 5Rs. Like, because I remember I was at GGT like messing around with the normal GRK 5, and I think the next day is when Miko flew out for RCDC. And I went back to the truck the next day and after installing the 5R kit, and I'm like texting Trey, I was like, hey man, this car is really good. And we had planned to meet up in Texas during the Hobby Shop Matsuri. And we watched Hayato and Taku do really good live, and we're like, okay, it's like qualifying's doing good. And then like the battles come, we're like, okay, this is a serious contender. We are now we gotta live up to this.
Yeah, right. I mean, you know, that's some big shoes to fill, but it was just interesting this year how like I feel like GRKs kind of came up. I mean, obviously they've been around, but they really kind of became popular all of a sudden, at least for our scene in the last few months. And it's like obviously they had some big moves in Japan before RCDC, and then those guys went out and did really well for Shibata. So it was cool to see like all this stuff come out of nowhere kind of, and then to have 2 US drivers is pretty sick too.
Yeah, that like I was saying, like that's why I kind of alluded to like it happened really, really fast because literally Vittorio made fun of me because I was like, oh man, my car was in a really good place. And he got his R before mine, and he's like, dude, just slap it on. Stop being scared. Like, stop being a weenie. I was like, nah, man. Like, you know, you get your car kind of dialed in, and just like, dude, there's so many variables. I'm gonna be at a track that isn't mine, and it's polished concrete, and then it's like,
I hate that.
I slapped that thing. No, he was right. I slapped it on. It was really, really good. There was literally no real changing to the chassis as far as any tune-ups or any touch-ups as far as like the electrical side. You just put it in and it was an automatic hit. The responsiveness was a little different, so that's a kind of a different curve you got to get used to. And once you get used to it's totally fine.
Sick.
So Ripper for sure.
Yeah, I mean obviously we have Jake here who drives a GRK.
Yeah.
And he's obviously did pretty well with it at Super G, and a couple other guys here have had him, you know, floating around for a while, but they're kind of just getting more and more popular now. Same with the Golems though. I mean that was kind of obvious, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool seeing so many chassis like at the competition level now. It's like, I think for a while, like there's a lot of, I mean, the whole field is basically sharks, and then like, everyone went their own separate way, and it's kind of cool to see each of those people that went separate ways, like succeeding and being up there also.
Yeah, it's nice to prove that you kind of have options, right? Like you don't want to just, it's kind of just boring to me to just buy a shark at this point, right? Like I want to try something a little more unique, but it's cool. I wanted to check in with you, Vittorio. Obviously, you live in an area that just went through some pretty extreme circumstances. I know you had to dodge those fires a little bit out there. How was all that?
Oh man, like honestly, I woke up around like 11:30 p.m. and I guess like that was like after the houses like nearby had already started burning down. So I live like pretty close to Super G, like just north of the hill, or north of Super G, like near the mountainside. And yeah, I mean, I woke up, there was no power, and I looked outside and I was like, holy shit, there's a lot of fire out there.
Yeah.
But like I am on the other side of the freeway. So the north side of the freeway is what got like the most burnt. And like luckily for me, like the embers didn't get over to our side. But I mean, like the wind was crazy because like a lot of our stop signs or like street signs, and like my apartment area has trees like lined up along the street. Right now, all the trees are still down, which is like I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm gonna pack up. I packed my RC car, my passport, and like basically just those essentials. And then
Yeah.
I stayed at the homie Chris Silva's house for a little bit, and then it's like, all right, I'm gonna go to work. And I went back Tuesday night, and I could still see like the smoke from the fire. It was still pretty crazy, but I think at that point it had like calmed down to where it's like, okay, I think I can stay here. But I mean, I always kept, because I have palm trees outside my window. I'm just staring at the trees. I'm like, all it takes is one amber and this thing's going. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad nothing happened. But man, like looking at the north side of the freeway, still like just driving by right now is like very eerie. Like that side of town wasn't it wasn't lit up the most because it's like nice scenery, but it's a big difference to how it was, because like right now it's like pitch black on the other side of the freeway. So
yeah, it's all crazy.
Is it like that the weird like yellow haze like post-apocalyptic like filter that you have going on?
For a couple days, I think like right now it's settled down. I mean, it does look like COVID's happening here. Everyone's wearing a mask.
Okay.
I mean, because like apparently like the houses there are like have like old asbestos or whatever.
Oh, geez.
And it's like blowing towards like all the rest of the community. So technically, you should be wearing a mask. I mean, I don't go out that often, so I've just been going home straight to work and then track or whatever.
That's still tough though, man. When you can't really like not being able to breathe outside is, you kind of take it for granted sometimes. Like we had a really bad year of smoke out here, and it was literally like I can't even really describe it. I mean, it was just like entirely smoked out.
Well, are you referring to like smoke, or are you actually referring to our forest like wildfires?
Well, yeah, that year basically.
That
one year that it was pretty bad. Like I live in a place where it's like pretty close to a wooded area, and I would not have a good time if that went up. And then the smoke was just awful. Like I was inside. This was like the Fry's Electronics out here was closing. I was inside of Fry's Electronics, and I could see smoke inside.
Yeah,
it was like, holy shit. Yeah, that's tough.
Oh, just to catch up on the comments. Yeah, sharks aren't going anywhere. I mean, they've been doing a few updates. Recently, so.
I've been seeing in the comments too. Like, this hobby is very trendy. But sharks aren't going anywhere.
They work.
They work, and they're too embedded in the community. You're gonna have some type of shark barrier. Like it's
It qualified pretty good at RCDC also.
What was interesting is, if you were watching the DOS log videos, there was a interview of Rhino there, right? And it's like it was almost as if that they were debuting the shark there, like the way that they were talking about it. It was kind of hilarious, but like they were there the year before too.
Christian asked when the MST trend is coming.
It came and went.
DJ is trying. He's trying to bring it back. I think DJ is the MST trend.
That is me. I am the trend.
Yeah,
like MST had counter steer a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, they still have RTR unlocked, right?
Yeah, they do. It's just a supply chain. Kind of going back, Logan, when you were talking about how GRKs popped up. I think one of the big things they fixed, and it's something that even like Overdose is trying to combat, is the supply chain. These companies aren't at the scale of even like MST. I would dare say like Yokomo, but I kind of got used to that, coming from Ecotech, not having, a bunch of parts or stuff being ready available, people that will ask me about that chassis is like, hey, you got to get it when it's hot.
Yep.
I think from a marketing standpoint, it's good. They don't want to oversaturate the market. I think a steady flow of certain products coming out is always good, but it's the supportive parts, like the stuff that have the wear and tear that it seems like Shibata is really good at. And I'm not knocking Overdose, but it's like once it's gone, it's gone. It's like it's in the matrix, and you got to find the deal or second hand. So that's one thing I think the end user using Shibata could be pretty confident about. As long as you get the chassis, you could get parts that you need.
Shredcraft, do you think it's because demand hasn't been that this high like the past few years? No, not at all. Demand has been there the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Like for MST especially, like those stupid plastic out drives that people are breaking on those RTRs all the time.
Yeah, I mean, DJ can talk about how hard it is for him he's constantly, like, every shop that exists on the internet, like, if they have MST parts, he's in there.
Yeah, and that's the problem that, again, for the end user, I think if MST fixed that, we would see a lot more MSTs. Hands down.
Yeah. It's kind of surprising that they're not able to keep up with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it's been a trend for years with them.
Yep.
Like that's just like their MO.
Yeah. What's up, Miko?
Hey, Miko's gonna be on the podcast next week.
Yeah.
There are stipulations under that.
I think we have to fly him out here.
Hey, while we're here, oh no, don't leave. No, don't do that. I don't know if my mic was working or not. I know it was for the Google Meet, but as this party can tell, my Google Meets window is not functioning right. So Logan just kind of started the stream and hit the ground running there.
Yeah, you'll have to forgive me. I pretty much since finals I've been a little checked out. So,
dude, it's been what, 3 months?
Yeah. Right.
The van was too much for him.
Oh geez.
It was a lot.
Trey, do you know about the van? Did you hang out in the van?
He's not really a van type of guy. I didn't see him at the van.
Yeah.
No.
He doesn't even know about the van.
No.
All right, we don't speak about the van.
Yeah, I probably need to stay away from the van.
What stays in the van stays with the van. Anyways, hey, you guys, just like, we'll skip calendar stuff because it's only local stuff anyway. But we're trying to figure out a name for this thing so that we're not like just calling it the RC Drift Show or whatever.
True.
So if you have any ideas and like actually serious ideas, hit me up, hit Logan up, post them in chat, make them G-rated, please.
PG-13.
G-rated, PG at the most, please and thank you. But we do have a ton of questions coming from Discord. If you do have questions in the chat, go ahead and post them in the chat. We'll try to keep up with them as best as we can. But yeah,
we have a lot of questions in the Discord, so
I have them in the document. Yeah. We don't need introductions. We already have that. Logan did do that, so that's cool.
These guys don't need introductions.
Yeah, they do. Dude, introductions, like walkouts, we should have them for next STC like series. Like,
that'd be kind of cool.
Intro walk-ins. We can do it. It'll take some work, but we can do it.
Yeah.
All right. So let's keep on going with this thing. We were talking about supply and demand. We were talking about all the supplier. Well, crap. People want the Discord link. I'll go ahead and get the Discord link here. Logan, do you have another topic that you want to cover?
Let's grab one of these questions. It's tricky because some of these. Okay.
Let me apologize to Logan because for some reason I can't read. It was a weekly thing. I was like, oh man, I got this dude.
Oh no, you don't need to apologize.
Nah. I want to be as factual and accurate as possible. So I apologize. But when you come to Phoenix, I'll be here.
I know you will.
Oh.
Because I'm going to remind you every week.
Oh, we established that.
I was trying to find the questions and I almost messed up because Vittorio was on the show a few months ago in August and I like had scrolled all the way up to that. So let me come back down. All right. This is a huge question from Jose. You guys all know who Jose is, hopefully.
I don't think they do.
Sure.
Well, if you were watching last week, you know who Jose is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Big Mac or quarter pounder?
Dude, $6 a meal, Big Mac meal from McDonald's. That's the best deal you can get.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah, can't beat it.
It's pretty solid. Trey?
I'm going with the quarter pounder, bro. I don't need no extra bread, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Dude, but you could take the bread out.
I don't want bread at all to start with.
You could take it out.
That is more work. No. Wasteful.
You could say no bread.
I don't have to say that with a quarter pounder.
Or you can just skip McDonald's altogether.
Yeah, I don't do McDonald's. So.
Wait, Shane, what's the
Okay.
what's the restaurant in Texas that we had?
You said Whataburger?
No.
Oh, Whataburger. Hey, I'm going on record. Whataburger is trash.
No.
It's not as good as it's hyped up to be.
Hey, anybody, I'm telling anybody, all my Texas boys, Whataburger is trash.
Hey, quit being a hater, Trey. Pete Terry's in Texas.
Oh yeah, Pete Terry's is pretty good.
That was so good. I love that more than In-N-Out.
Texas has a lot, or Austin in particular has a lot of like Texas version of other restaurants. I feel like Pete Terry's is one of those. It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of like Five Guys and In-N-Out in a way, but they also have like a knockoff Qdoba and like a knockoff.
That's a good deal.
Five Guys, huh?
Good deal.
Yeah, it's a good deal. The other place I like in Austin is Elevation Burger. That's not as big of a chain though.
Elevation Burger.
All that sounds a whole lot better than Whataburger.
Yeah, all of it is way better. Yeah. Yeah, it's very mid.
Yeah.
It's hella mid.
All right. What?
I guess we're doing fun questions first. This comes from yours truly, Jake. What's your favorite Creed song?
That one that was in the Nickelodeon commercial for Super Bowl.
Which one is that?
Hey, so when I saw that question, I thought we was talking about like Creed, the movie. I was like, man.
Oh no.
Not Creed, the band. I apologize. I don't.
Dude,
You don't listen to Creed, Trey? What the?
Negative, sir. I'm sorry.
You're probably better for it.
On my playlist, I'll listen to it. I'm not biased or anything.
All right, next question.
Okay.
Because that commercial is funny, David. If you watch it, like you would enjoy that commercial. Just search Super Bowl commercial Nickelodeon Creed.
Everyone's like higher, obviously.
Yeah, it's
obviously higher.
Yeah,
obviously higher.
But it's the way to execute it. Like they throw Arnold as a football. It's so good.
Jose,
I vaguely remember that now.
No, Trey, don't dive into Creed, please don't. It's okay, but don't.
Oh, I have Creed cologne.
Oh no.
What?
It's not the same Creed.
Yeah. I got you.
Shredcraft, we'll get to drifting questions. I just got to get rid of these weird questions here.
I got my drifter right here.
Hey, I've been seeing that a lot on your Instagram.
Yeah, I was going to say, here's my question. Which do you drive more right now, the crawler or the drift car?
I think I put more miles on the crawler lately.
Jeez. Okay. So from Brandon in Discord, Family Mart or
Vittorio.
7-Eleven?
Family Mart.
Another one.
Family Mart.
Here comes another one. Oh, are we turning into a drone show and tell?
You're right, man.
No. Okay.
Yeah,
Family Mart or 7-Eleven when in Japan?
Family Mart or 7-Eleven, both. I don't like Lawson's that much.
Oh, okay. So that was.
Oh, you are a hater. Lawson's fire.
Lawson's is for dessert. All the locals said that.
That's why it's good.
And
Okay, so we're gonna burn through these Discord questions because there's a lot of them. This next section I'm gonna call the Momo trials. He's a guy named Chris in
Yeah.
PDX area.
1 comment, 16 questions.
I have Coolish in stock, Shane.
Okay. First question. Does Trey and Vittorio think their driving style has changed in the last year or two?
Trey, you want to go first or?
You go first.
Definitely. I think I actually just sent Shane a video from exactly a year ago, and I was like, dude, what's wrong with our cars? They look so funny. Like, they transition slow, it looks slow. But now I'm like, the car I feel like transitions a lot quicker. And it's just like I don't know. I think a few, Trey, did you drive? No, Trey drove my car, Shane drove my car, and they're like, this car is not easy to drive anymore. I was like, it's not. It's like, my car wants to spin out all the time, which is fun.
Yeah. So before I even answer that question, yes, Vittorio is crazy. He's like on some kamikaze style. He drove my car and he straight up told me, I don't like it, it's too stable. And I was like,
Wait, it's too stable?
Yeah. Like my car had already transitioned and his is still transitioning. It's like, dude, it's too stable.
Wait,
yeah, dude.
we're talking about now or before?
No, so this
Now.
is so at the time I was still trying to, when he drove it, he was at a place where he was still messing around with his car. He knew what he had, and I had just converted the R. I literally built it. I literally put it together the night before I flew to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So he drove and he was like, this is too stable. And I was like, I was so taken back by that. I didn't know if that was a compliment or like a dig at me. I just was like, that's funny. But to answer your question, yes, my driving style has changed tremendously. I'm not sure if a lot of people noticed last year. Even though I was like competing, I wasn't really competing. I only did like 4 competitions last year. I was just trying to come from a place of understanding how to tune and tune on different platforms. So I really just wanted to do a deep dive and kind of discover stuff for myself before I jumped into the competitive world again, like really, really serious. So now I'm in a super good place. And as far as like driving style and tuning, my approach is totally different than last year alone. And I feel like I had a lot of growth last year. I kind of just wiped it clean and just started over and just said, like, what are the things we need to address? What do we need to make improvements on? And what are we okay with letting be at that point? Because I think in a Discord, someone was saying, like, do you constantly push your tune? And for me, it's no. It's get it to a good place until maybe someone else's car stresses your car out. Then you go back to the drawing board.
That's me, dude.
Because I think a lot of times we kind of mess our car up and pull it from a good place because we have this misconception that it's not as good.
Yep. Totally agree. This comment's actually, Albert's comment's interesting. GRK5 versus 5R versus Nervous R Evolved. Loved my Nervous, but it was always on the edge of drift and spin out.
I'm actually building a Nervous R right now.
Yeah, he's building a Nervous R, and I have a Travis I might convert to something crazy. I don't know. But Albert isn't necessarily wrong in that aspect, but I feel like the transmission is the bevel gear and how it's set up and how it's delivered kind of calms that car down versus like the Nervous.
Well, wait, isn't the Nervous R the same type of idea? So Nervous,
it is. But like the fact that you could kind of swip the motor to each side That's one aspect. I really think too, it kind of caters to what you like. Like me, I don't like a lot of rear weight. That pendulum effect doesn't really suit me.
Sure.
But with the whole car itself, I think it's just the design of the suspension and the way it's laid out. Because I think the Nervous R kind of uses what the VX dock still.
I mean, ish. The VX Dock 2.0 is based off of a YD2 front end, so you can swap in whatever you want.
Right. So like with the GRK, I feel like the front end is like really planted.
Okay.
Versus like the Nervous R. Like even if I take my Travis and compare the two, the GRK is still just a little bit. Kind of like what Vittorio said, it's still a little bit kind of numb. I will probably spin out in my Travis before I spin out in my GRK5.
Sure.
Your car's too stable, that's why.
I guess while we're here with these two chassis that we're talking about, is there a reason between the two idler gears on the GRK5?
It helps push the weight down. So if you have like a Nervous R, it has a single idler gear. I noticed it doesn't really squat as much as my GRK5.
So kind of the same avenue of a anti-squat setup.
Yeah.
So 4 gear.
Yeah. So 4. Yeah.
Okay. I never knew what the purpose was, other than maybe like durability sake.
Yeah, it also makes it like really smooth. So like, I don't know if any of you guys watch Pinkman's videos, or was it Pinkman? No, I think it was like, actually I think it was DOSLog where they're explaining it's like, you can keep adding idler gears and it'll get smoother and smoother and smoother, but eventually you hit a point where you're like, okay, this is too smooth.
Well, isn't that just the amount of like a gear lash? Like, just that space that increases. Yeah. Okay, Momo Log. Does their equipment impact their style? More or less aggressive based on chassis, for example.
I'll go first on this tutorial. So the equipment didn't change really. Only thing that I've changed equipment-wise from everything I have on the GRK5 from my previous platform is the motor. Been playing with a Fledge. It just seems to be a little bit more well-suited of a motor than the Agile. But everything else I run is pretty much the same. GYD 550, CT 701 as far as the servo. Futaba 10PX. That's pretty much it. But I think those devices I picked, it's hard for me to step away from. Like I was playing with Reebok's gyro. It's nice, it's fun, it's simple. But when you want to fine tune certain things or make your car behave in a certain way, you could pull a little bit more out of it with a Futaba servo gyro setup.
For real. What about you, Vittorio?
What was the question again? Sorry, I was reading the questions on the chat too.
Does your equipment affect your style or impact your style?
Equipment as in chassis or?
Well, I mean, we went as far as electronics and radio and whatnot.
I guess like, for me, I kind of just try to make my cars drive all the same. So all the electronics are similar. Basically, I try to, like, I have the GOM too, and that one, like, it drives pretty similar to my GRK. The only difference is where they accelerate.
Oh, so I guess, okay, he's chiming in. So more so the chassis configuration, he feels that electronics will act the same.
Yeah. That's why I think it's a good idea to keep your electronics the same between multiple chassis.
It's also cheaper that way too. Because honestly, the chassis at the end of the day is the cheap part,
Yeah.
I think. Okay. How much tuning do you do? Are they constantly tweaking, or do they find a comfortable setup and leave it alone? So this kind of goes back to a few questions ago, or a few topics ago.
I change my car almost every single time. My car never stays the same. That's why I'm like comfortable like posting it all the time, because it's not the same anymore. Like from one day it'll change completely. It might go the right way or the wrong way. But yeah, I constantly change it. But I did like a big step this year. So remember, I don't know if you guys remember last year, we were like, oh, like how do you measure your cars? Like, dude, I don't. I just use the caliper. I make sure the caliper is even. I don't know the number.
Mm-hmm.
But I bought a nice caliper this time, and I wrote everything down. So now it's like
Wow.
I can go back.
Yeah.
I know, right?
That's-
Like big improvements.
Wow.
That's impressive for Vittorio.
Yeah, I have it in my notes, and like it's kind of nice because I could just go back and change it. So
are you measuring to the 100th or to the 10th or just the nearest number?
I don't know the nearest number.
Yeah. So he has it on his phone. Well, this isn't mine, but I actually do a sheet. So
Sure.
what change every time I drive, like mechanically, not really. It might be some rear camber change as far as more or less. I might change a pin to suit the track, stuff like that. Electronically, I might make some adjustments just on how the car is behaving, but normally I have a good base.
Yep.
This is a cool tip because it actually happened to me. I don't know why, and it freaked me out. So in my 10PX, for some odd reason, it just took a dump. Literally took a dump. I had like 6 profiles on there. At the time, I had like 5 cars, and then I had one backed up, and I lost it. So if you have a 10PX or a 7PX, just go ahead and slip an SD card in there and back your profiles up on that SD card, because that took me some time to get that back.
Mm-hmm.
Once they're on the SD card, let's just say your transmitter takes a dump, and you could go back and just pull that profile from the SD card. I kind of do the same thing with my towel. When I was going through ESCs for the GRK5, I got a new one, and I just like plugged in my towel and loaded up my tune. So nothing really changes, but what I did learn, because that happened recently, I think it happened like 4 or 5 months ago. It happened, right? About a month and a half before finals, and I was like, dude, I was pissed. I was pretty pissed off because my car was in a really good spot, and I was just like, dude, I got to go through all these trims and everything else.
Yeah, that's tough.
It sucked.
That's a good call. Like, if you like what you have, try to save it somehow, somewhere.
Yep, I can't tell you how many pictures I have of my ESC settings on my phone.
I know, but now it's like I have all these pictures in my phone. I don't know which one I like.
Yep,
Yeah.
there's that too.
Yeah, it's all in my head now.
It's like it's the most recent one.
Yeah. But then it's just a picture of someone else's.
Right.
There's a question on the chat. Is there any reason y'all don't run Shibata motors? Love mine. We use AccuVans motors because we're still sponsored by AccuVans. That's like the most simple answer.
Yeah. I'll probably end up trying a Shibata motor just to try it. But like Vittorio said, I like AccuVans, so I don't see myself moving off of it. Even regardless of the partnership, it's just a brand that I love. Like I just gave you guys the example of backing myself up to a towel. So for me to move off AccuVans as far as like ESC is probably not going to happen for me.
Mm-hmm. David in chat, Vittorio, are you still on Team Super G or nah?
I am not. I think I posted that before the new year.
Or no.
Nah. Okay. When you guys start tuning a drift car, or a newbie hands you their drift car, what's your first go-to settings or adjustments that you make to that car?
Ackerman.
What about you, Trey?
I don't know if you guys gonna like my answer. I don't. so I don't touch people's cars. So
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's messed up, dude.
Nah.
Just kidding.
I don't touch people's cars like when like if there's someone that's struggling or again like we'll use the word newbie, right?
Yeah.
If there's certain things that I could point out, I would suggest it to them. Like I physically touch their car, but I don't go like into this deep dive like you need to change. They're gonna have a slew of stuff that needs to be addressed, right?
Yeah.
So I just try to pinpoint the most obvious thing that's hindering them the most. I point it out. I explain to them why they should probably address it. I explain to them how they can fix it, and I let them do it. It's kind of a sense of a win-win. You know what I mean? It's just a strong suggestion from me. It's something that they might have learned. And then two, they're going to feel a little bit more pride and accomplishment with them kind of fixing their own car. So it's not that I truly love helping people, but I normally don't touch people's car. I just kind of, hey, this right here will kind of stop you from achieving what you're trying to do. And I let them try it out. They know to make the changes. And it's just like, dude, it's up on you. It's up to you. You know, if you want to try it or not, it's just a suggestion. So that kind of keeps everything mutual. Like you're happy, I'm happy. I don't feel like I've invested time into someone that cares or don't care. But, you know, when you do stuff on your own, you take a little bit more pride in that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like I try to ask, and I was actually doing this with Momo the other day, because he's looking for like corner exit speed, a little bit faster of a transition, and a more neutral car overall. But he wasn't telling me that. It always brings me back to the scene in like what's it called? Tom Cruise, Days of Thunder, where like Cole Trickle is saying, I don't know how to tell you like what's wrong with the car, and like it's just talking it through, right? I need the car to do this, I need the car to do that, and then you can start doing the suggestions, right? Kane, favorite movie ever. What about you, DJ? What is your first thing that you would do to a newbies or a new car that's not having the greatest time on track?
Just kind of overall get their sorry, can't think right now. The camber all set up in the rear and front. Depending on if the chassis has like acronym adjustment or caster adjustments and whatnot, we'll figure out like where they are there. Pretty much just overall whole like chassis diagnosis and tune whatnot to at least what I would do for a chassis.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of go from there. I get them out a couple laps or so and ask if they want a different feel from their car.
Mm-hmm.
And actually try to tell them what I'm doing to the car, and then also show them how to do it too as well, so that next time that they can try to do it too.
For sure. Shredcraft says, learn to drive before you tune anything. What if the car doesn't drive?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I said Ackerman, because I feel like when someone's new, like they just try to get as much steering lock as possible. And like you'd see their Ackerman and it's like this, like the whole time. And it's like, that's not going to work. So that's why like, that's the first thing I touch. Of course I ask first, because like, I don't want the person complaining, but I will touch the car because like, I just want it to get done. But you're going to sit with me and you're going to see how I do it. And I'll explain the process.
Yep. And it's never a foolproof thing to like buy an RTR or even an RDX, right? They're never 100% going to drive the way that you expect it right out the box.
Yep.
Okay. Next question. For your personal vehicles, what settings do you prioritize? Let's put it in the context of you're going to a foreign land or a foreign track. You don't know the track surface. You don't know the layout. What are you doing first to get a feel for your car, and what are you changing?
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
I
Usually, new track, new setting. I literally try to set my own pace.
Okay.
I really don't worry about anybody else. I set my car down, and this kind of goes into like I was asked why. Because some people saw my GRK before the announcement. Right, I didn't put nerds on it. Right, nerds are a good tuning tool if you're going to different types of surfaces. Polished concrete, maybe asphalt, P-tile, different types of P-tile, whatever, right? But everywhere's going P-tile. So that's one variable I don't really have to worry about. Usually, for instance, if my track works at tandem, it'll probably work at Super G. I mean, there's little things I have to change electronically, but it's not too much. I just really worry about how the car reacts, and each track is different, so it's hard to say. You know, like if I go to Super G, I know like on my stretcher, I got to bump it up a little bit versus tandem, you know? But it's little stuff like that. Whatever the car's not doing what I want it to do is what I would address. So it's kind of hard to say track to track, because, you know, track to track, the surface is a little bit different. Like, for instance, at Roller Garage, I got to turn my stretcher up a lot, kind of like at GDT. So really, the gyro, I guess, is the first thing you're going to want to check and kind of get in play along with the servo on a Futaba system.
For sure. What about you, Vittorio?
I usually just drive it and make adjustments to steering. That's usually like the go-to. It's like I know like I'm not gonna touch my shocks if I'm visiting another track because I don't like working on shocks. So I just adjust the steering to make it do what I want it to do, which means like opening the Ackerman or closing the Ackerman to help it.
Gotcha. Hey, this is an interesting one. It's not necessarily a question, but we can make it a question. Christian says gyro, tail speed, and steering control gain on a GYD 550 are big when changing tracks. I want to spit it into a question of how do you know when your gyro tune is like absolutely off the tracks and like it's not working for the car? It's just kind of driving on the track, you know?
For me, is if I'm transitioning slower than the person ahead. Like that's
okay.
Yeah, kind of like a dull transition. Me and Vittorio got this thing like.
Thanks, Dal.
Yeah, we wanna transition when we want to, and exit the zone or exit the corner when we want to. Steering and the gyro will have to be in a good place to achieve both of those things. So if that's just kind of like our standard, that's kind of like just me and him thing, and we both kind of achieve or kind of chase that differently, but that's the main goal. Make the car do what you want it to do, when you want it to do it, and how you want to do it.
Gotcha. Okay, new set of questions coming from yours truly, Dow. Rush Hour movie poster, posing, when?
It's not gonna happen, dude.
Dude, Vittorio's such a hater, bro. I keep telling
I'm not gonna take the time to Photoshop that. I got things to do.
I'm sure there are so many other people that could do that too.
Yeah.
Okay, GRK5, motor forward or motor backwards?
I like it forward. That goes with the whole transition thing.
Yeah, I like it forward. I don't like the pendulum effect. Me and Vittorio's cars are set up similar. His ESC is actually a rear mounted ESC. Mine is kind of on top of the shock tower. That's kind of like where I like the weight to stop. So yeah, front facing for sure.
Do you know what the weight bias is on the front facing?
On mine right now, I want to say it's let's see. I don't remember. Let me check.
DJ, what are you doing on your desk?
Please hold.
He's already bashing shit on his desk.
Yeah, it's so
Sorry.
loud.
Sorry. I forgot to mute my.
Stop eating your MST.
It's the only way it complies.
Sometimes.
So like right now,
Sometimes it can be like that.
I'm 32.68.
Okay.
I don't know what mine is, but I think mine's like 34.66.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure because I have. So like the GRK right now, there's like one part that I'm struggling with, and it's the new rear shock tower. So I'm used to the carbon fiber one,
hmm
and the new one's all aluminum, so it's a little bit heavier in the back. And every time I put it on, I can't get the car to transition how I want. So I keep going off. So I keep going back to the carbon fiber one because it helps it slide a little bit quicker.
You can just add a bigger fan in front of your motor to offset it, maybe.
It's alright. It's already a heavy car though.
Yeah, I'm pushing 1430 without the body.
Oh, whoa.
Without a body?
Whoa.
Dang.
Yeah, with the body,
That's like
I'm pushing
15.
I'm pushing 1600.
Jeez.
Why is it so heavy?
The tank, bro. Going back to
Wait, what is mine at? I gotta find the picture now.
While Vittorio's looking, we can move to this next one. Ramen, pho, or other noodle dishes. Udon, soba, pho.
Ramen.
So first and foremost, I love all that. So like, I'm not picking one, dude. Like, my go-to is pho for sure. But,
Yeah, pho all day.
but I love ramen. I love a good ramen. So udon noodles are good too. So I'm not biased. I mean, I like them all.
Oh, I found the weight,
What is it?
but this one is like pretty old. It's like 37.63. Does that seem right?
That's like shark territory.
He might be lighter than me for sure.
My car is 14.62 with the battery and body.
Yeah, dude.
1462?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
believe.
Yours is heavy, dude.
I don't
Mhm.
believe it.
I have it, and I have took a picture of it.
You have H arms on again or no?
I'm A-arm.
Yeah, that might be it.
Hmm.
Real, dude. Can't even see it.
I need a date.
Or doesn't it? It's not real.
Hold up a newspaper and your government ID.
Right. Well, the good
that's-
thing is, like it doesn't really feel or move like it's heavy with my car. Like I'm not stressing about the weight of my car. Like my Bianca, I felt everything as far as the weight in that car.
Do you feel like it's a more fun car to drive because of the weight too?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I literally, when tuning my car, and I do worry about weight bias, but I just want it to be like in a happy medium.
hmm
I wasn't really worried about it with this car. Like with my Shark, I was worried about it. With the Bianca, I was worried about it. With this car, I really didn't care. I was like, dude, as long as I'm not over the rear weight, like I'm good. I don't care.
Why is lighter faster? It's not necessarily faster. It's that you can react a lot quicker than the car in front of you.
hmm
Okay, last question from Dow. Favorite RC wheel brand minus Shibata.
What have
I like
been
Lab.
running?
Lab wheels.
I like the Overdose CR Kais.
Hey, hold on.
What? Uh-oh. Oh, please don't pull out the aluminum wheels.
No.
I have feelings about that.
I like my shameless plug, Vanquish, made in USA,
But wait,
AMCs.
how much did you pay for your wheel set, Vittorio?
These are
Oh, there you go.
70 a pair.
So 140 just for wheels. My gosh. It's like,
Advantage to extra weight is you can gain traction quicker, or you have more traction in general.
Yeah.
man on track called Stibs. I'm guessing that's for Vittorio. Maybe. I don't know.
Shane has my CR Kais, actually.
Straight to why I have his address. Yeah, I don't know if I want to let these go.
They look good on any car.
Shane needs to
Like,
sell me
it's okay.
$20 for my CR Kais, though.
The Keen Life, his GRK 5 is 1500 with lipo, no body.
Dang.
Yeah,
So
with
another
rifle,
heavy.
Nobody.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're not light.
Man, tanks. Okay, all right. From Alex, what's the scoop on the 5 being out of stock everywhere and no longer listed in the DRGRK site?
They are discontinued officially because they are working on a 5R kit, supposedly, or a 6, maybe.
Allegedly.
Can't confirm or deny.
Great.
Maybe in the spring.
Oh, geez, that's sooner than later. It doesn't seem like that chassis been out. Like, it's only been like a year, right? For GRK
It's been
5?
like 2 years now.
It's been out. It's
Since it
been
hit.
out a full year. It's not a full year.
Yeah. Yeah. It's such a short run is what it is.
Listen, I don't think they were disappointed. I think most people will appreciate the 5R. I mean, if you kind of like the DP layout, like if you get a 5R, you can still make a GRK5.
Mm-hmm.
And if for any reason you don't want to go 5R, you can sell your 5R to someone that wants a 5R. I think for the branding and just the parts available, like I said, it's easier to convert a complete 5R back to a GRK5. So it kind of makes sense than going up, because what's the biggest issue for the end user right now is people saying like the price
Yeah,
of the 5R, right?
Because the conversion by itself is like $470, right?
Right. So if they could get it in at a competitive price, and like I was saying, they could get you parts, and I don't think they're gonna have a chain supply issue. If you really want to convert it back to a 5, you can.
But would you?
No.
That's
There you go. There's the answer.
Well, would you? And I can tell you right now, Vittorio, like, was as soon as he told me, he's like, dude, this 5R is so sick. I was like, all right. And I sat right here and I did the whole conversion. And I sat on it for 2 days. I had it for 2 days. I was like, no, I'm gonna just go to Texas with my regular GRK5. And he was like, bro. And then he sent me a video. I was like, oh yeah, I have enough motivation.
They're asking about. Okay, so let me explain the pricing on GRK and the reason why. Okay, so this is 5R. The reason why it has a high starting price is it comes with aluminum shocks, aluminum arms, front and rear, like aluminum toe blocks. Like basically everything on it is already aluminum. So you don't really need to upgrade much of it.
Yeah.
Like you're just doing like little things here and there. It's basically like a fully built car from factory.
But it's only 900, right? Like for just GRK5, right?
I don't remember. That seems right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about $1,000.
Yeah, and like just think about any built up like YD2 or Shark
You're not
or
getting
anything,
that at that price.
right? So and then you add the R kit, right? And you're instantly up at like $1,400.
Yeah.
But
But you got to think too, in the land of conversions, you need a base, right? So the good thing about it's kind of the same situation with the Shark. the Shark was kind of short lived before they started coming out with the final form.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
actually,
nobody uses like the
The
chassis deck that they have.
I mean, I don't even like their final form parts either.
They
That's
went
me.
out of stock everywhere, then discontinued. Yeah. Well,
So-
because that tells you it's the end of the production run and it's time to make a new production run. So that's the point where you decide, are we gonna keep making GRK 5s or are we gonna go to the 5R?
R.
I think it's just because
after you go R, you're probably not going back to GRK 5.
probably. I think it's because just from the US perspective, we probably got it way late, is what
We
I
did?
think. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. What is this? Oh, we kind of covered this. Lance's question is why GRK versus the Shark Vittorio has been running, or something else like a Golem.
I've been running the Shark for 2 years now, and honestly, I just felt like it's time for a change. I
Feel
think
that.
those who have seen me in interviews or have asked me, hey, what's your favorite car? I always say GRK5 is my second favorite.
Is your
but,
second favorite?
A second favorite, because, if you're in a contract with another company, you need to say that's your second.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I've always liked the GRK5. It's a different feeling. It's a lot quicker in the turns. The way it gets into a turn is different. Everything about it is different, and it's just
Different.
refreshing.
Yeah.
David Chen, so we'll have a GRK5 whole kit. I think that's the suggestion.
Yeah.
Allegedly. We don't know for sure.
Communication
Yeah.
from communication with Shibata has been great.
Mhm.
We've not had any issues getting parts over.
What about your input to your sponsors, right? Say if you want to make a minor change or a change to a part because you think it might be better, how does that go down? Or does it go down?
I actually made a suggestion not too long ago. Can't say what part it is, but I mean 221 is our team manager.
Yeah.
And he's the head of development, so I just let him know, and he's like, okay, yeah, I was thinking that exact same thing,
Cool.
so let's look into it. So
That's the really cool part, is that they're really open to mindful suggestions, things that that could help the car or the brand. That's the cool part. That's the refreshing part, that your input is valued. So when we test things or try different things, we kind of go through the gauntlet.
Mhm.
So the super cool thing is that they are more than willing to hear our suggestions, and it's welcoming that they do so.
Yeah. One of our jokes that we make in our group is that Yokomo just finds whatever old unused parts in their warehouse, and then they'll base a chassis off of that just to save some money. Yeah. Let's see, where are we at? Do these companies reach out? Yeah, let's do that one. So Shredcraft, do these companies reach out to you guys, or do you reach out to the brands you want to work with?
So
So were you drafted
So in my experience,
or recruited? Recruited's the word.
in my experience with all my sponsors, it was a situation. It was a mutual thing. I'll use Rolling Garage, for example. Shout out to Rolling Garage, all the guys at Rolling Garage. When I was a newbie in this hobby, they just had an atmosphere and an environment that I wanted to be a part of. I
Mhm.
was never outwardly saying, "Hey, I want to be." I want to be invited versus kind of push myself in. And it was kind of the same thing with all the other brands. I think I could say from my personal experiences, I'm pretty loyal to certain brands in the sense that I kind of stick with it. And I think a lot of manufacturers appreciate that. So it's even when I was with Hecotech, it was Hikotech's suggestion for me to try GRK5. We were in talks of developing a GRK5 conversion. As you see, the Barba, it's right around the corner as far as this release. So everything kind of lined up with me for the timing after I drove Vittorio's and talking to Hikotetsu at Hikotech. And in the background, when I wasn't driving my Bianca, I was driving my GRK5.
Gotcha.
You know, so it was kind of just always right there. So GRK or Shibata noticed, and it was just like I was already following those brands and kind of reposting or liking some of their stuff. So it kind of was just a organic situation.
Right on. This one I probably know the answer, but here we go. Why didn't you jump on the Macklin wagon?
They are both sponsored by AccuFans.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm not gonna touch that.
Yeah.
It is kind of cool to see different brands getting into it, though.
Of course.
You gotta give them props. Because
Absolutely.
I think it pushes innovations between different companies.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, competition is good.
I'll tell you what it pushes. It pushes all the Macklin posts on my Facebook wall. That's what it pushes. All of them.
But competition is good. We don't want anything monopolized or we don't want anything to be controlled by one entity. So I guess competition is good. All jokes aside, like everyone is able to pick what makes them comfortable, what they want to represent or what they feel like it represents. I think it's a good thing. Macklin has been around, or McLaren, I should say, has been around for a while. So it's nothing new. And the fact that they're turning their attentions to RC drifting is always a good thing. So shout out to them for jumping in the arena with us, because the more they do it, because anything that's terrible, anything that's just not cutting, they're just not cutting the standard, will the consumers and the community will cut it out.
Yep.
It won't last. So I'll give you a great example with the Red Cat. There was so much Red Cat hate. I'm like, bro, let people drive what they want to drive. Let them do what they want to do. Like, there's going to be controversy. What is better? What's whack? What's terrible? Who cares, dude? At the end of the day, it got people all together in a certain arena to share experiences and kind of just be a part of a community. So I'm not a big fan of elitists. I'm not with that. Right.
And as far as what I've been seeing lately and what I've heard from the people that run them at PDX, not Red Cat, but McLaren, the motors are promising. Motors are promising.
I drove the motor. It's fine. It does the motor. It does the motor things.
It does motor things. It does motor things.
It motors. You know what? Turns out you plug that thing in, it spins when you pull the trigger. Surprise enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the last question that came from Discord. Actually, it was probably one of the first. Harvey, why did the chicken cross the road? There was no answer.
Yeah.
So what, to you, why did the chicken cross the road?
It was hungry, dude.
Okay, let's see. There's questions about sponsor right now. In general, why are sponsorships so important? Let's see. Why are sponsorship so important to people?
I'll let Vittorio answer that one.
Well, so I handle sponsorships at work. Basically, I think sponsorships, at the end of the day, it helps you do the events or the competitions. As like, if you are, someone like me who is constantly working on the car and changing the car, like a sponsorship will help. Like, for example, let's say your sponsorship is 50% off parts, right?
Dude, I'd take that all day long.
That's 50%. You have to spend.
You're going to be able to do so much more.
Yeah, exactly. Like, my car is constantly changing, so something like that would be helpful.
Yeah, and just like being able to travel, um, being able to even share your knowledge with more people. All of that stuff is helped out by having that. It's kind of, I mean, it's validation in a way too. Like you can, people are going to give you more time a day a lot of the times, unfortunately, if they know who you are, basically.
I'll take it a step further, and it's literally just one word. It's representation. Simple as that. Representation. Like my home track is Tandem, and it's like we're outside of SoCal. There's a lot of good guys outside of SoCal. So sponsorship, kind of piggyback off what you were saying. Like people are kind of listen to you more, but it's like the boots on the ground for the company. So if you do things in a good light, you're sharing information, you're helping people out, that's just going to push the brand further. That's just going to push the community further. That's how I look at it. So prime example is with the Bianca. I don't know how many people that saw the Bianca never even heard of Bianca.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? So for me, I think it comes from a point of representation. Every brand that backs me, I was already a full-time end user. I used the products extensively. It wasn't a situation to where it came along and then I decided. I was already using these products. I believe in these products, so I have a different baseline for the knowledge because I literally come from a place of the end user. They're not giving me a discount because I just said, I liked it. And that's how the sponsorship became. But it was more of a sense of we're kind of helping each other out in that sense. So when I talk about any of the brands that I'm sponsored by, it comes out organically. It's natural.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I've already went through the ringer as an end user.
For sure.
Chris, let them answer a question before you ask another one.
Yeah. I don't think we should be talking about what's inside the contract, so we should skip all those.
Although Lance has a question, another GRK question.
Yeah.
They both have 5s or 5Rs. Did you ever drive the GS2 or older GRKs?
I played with the GS2 briefly, and after that, I just played with it, so I had already known that GRK5 was headed my way. But the GS2, it's like the main improvement is like the steering system.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean,
are all the parts like interchangeable? Like you could go from a GS2 to a GRK5?
You can get the GS2 pretty close. I think you need the front bulkhead of the 5 to complete it.
The deck of a 5.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But here's the thing. I'm gonna give you guys a hot take. I feel like a GS2, if it's set up properly, it's like the light version of a GRK5 or 4. It's lighter, it's quicker, it's more responsive. Like that thing, it's not all plastic, but it's kind of like a plastic tub chassis that's just super duper light.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I drove one in Japan, I was like, yo, this, I didn't know if I was drifting or drag racing. I think it was fast.
Right on. Do you guys have any recommendations on the best way to get GRK parts?
GRK.
To the website.
Yeah.
Or your local dealer if they have it on hand. I know like Tandem, shout out to Tandem, they have some parts. Vertex is going to have some parts that are stateside. Those are the only 2 shops I think that have parts outside.
Super G has parts for GRK5 as well.
RG has parts?
I don't know. That's your sponsor, bro. You should know.
Well, I don't look at Shibata parts at Road Garage. But I know for sure that Tandem and Vertex keep a supply of Shibata parts.
Chris, geez, what's all the questions? This one, are there companies who have paid drivers? Yeah, McLaren. Just go talk to Judd. He'll talk to you about that.
Takes many years to get experience in 1-1. Oh.
Oh, geez. Shredcraft didn't. I think Rio, probably autocorrect, just built his D1 car.
Yeah.
Right on. Cool. All right, that concludes the Discord questions and all that fun stuff. Hey, one of my questions that I had, well, technically it was for last stream too, but think back when you were first starting Drift, okay? And how long did you wait till you got your second chassis?
1 week. I went from a YD2S into an SX3.
Okay.
I want to say like 3 months.
Okay, so really quick, both of you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was like 6 or 7 months.
Yeah. Well, the way I did it is I bought like all the nice electronics. So then I was like, I don't want you anymore, and then swapped the chassis out.
Okay.
I built like the cheapest car I could build at first, and then I built what in my head was like one of the more expensive ones I could build. And that's still what I use.
So Trey, here's a question for you, because I know last year when we were talking about things, it was kind of more about the international like ability, right? Going to different places, not in the US. Do you feel like you're there now, or about to be there?
As far as what, like competing?
I mean, competing, just where you're at with drifting.
Yeah, of course. One event that I want to partake in, which I thought was really cool, was the GRK Cup.
Okay.
I like their format. We'll be traveling to Japan pretty soon here. But as far as travels this year, I think more so internationally. I wasn't able to make it to Canada last year, just with work and everything. And this year I should be able to squeeze it in there to get on the East Coast and hopefully go to Canada. I know I'm on the board for 2026 to go to Europe. I'm a Liverpool fan, so I want to go catch a match at Anfield. So hopefully at the beginning of 2026, I could hit some European tracks too.
Right on. What about you, Vittorio? Like, do you have any goals or specific series that you want to hit up?
Probably RCDC end of the year or TDC. I did TDC with Kevin 2 years ago, and that was a really good time. So I'd like to do that again. And it's in the Philippines, so it's like going home for the first time in so long. So
this coming year, it'll be in the Philippines.
Yeah.
All right on.
So, but Trey and I are traveling soon. I don't know if that was like top secret, but yeah, we are.
Adam.
I just said we're going to Japan. I didn't say when.
Adam Hokoki, Trey's a Scouser. What's a Scouser?
Liverpool people.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, Reds.
Okay, you guys, group effort on this one. Big Boy Minimoto. Hi, noob here. Does GRK have some offerings for beginners to start into the hobby, or should I look at other brands?
GS2 Evo.
GS2 Evo.
Yeah. What is it, like under 200?
It's under 200. It's like 180 or 189, something like that. Someone look it up.
I'm pretty sure
I believe it's like
really cheap, if I recall correctly.
It's like TTO2 price. Like,
was it a big change? Yeah, swapping to a GRK platform was a big change because you're not building grip the same way as before.
Oh yeah, it's 175.
Oh, right on. What did you notice, Vittorio, like coming from the YD2? I don't know if you just already said it or not.
Yeah.
So from YD2 to GRK.
It's mainly how you get your exit speed. It's a bit different. You can't just rely on squeezing the throttle and
Yeah,
the car squatting down to grip up.
yeah. There's none of that.
So it comes back to the whole tune your finger type of
Yeah,
scenario.
it's like I know like last year we talked about how we all ran the agile motors. Like this year I'm pretty sure I'm running a Fledge.
Yeah.
Like, I was testing the Fledge and I was like texted Trey, I was like, hey man, I think this is the way. And then it
And then
worked
I
out.
tried it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is the way."
Yeah,
Are you guys doing the Fledge with the torque rotor?
opposite. We're
Opposite,
running LV30.
Yeah.
So stock
Oh.
rotors.
Oh,
No, high RPM rotor.
Oh,
Yeah. Last week on Friday we had a bunch of rotors for the Macklin motor, and we tried all three of them. It was cool to be able to do that in one night.
Mm-hmm.
And comparing like my Agile, which has the torque rotor, to some of those, I was like, oh, I'm going back to the high speed rotor, the RPM rotor for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's with the preference and what your finger likes.
Yep.
It's crazy because me and Vittorio, we tune differently, but like we always try to strive for like the same result. Even when he told me that, and I hated it, I was like, nah, bro, I'm gonna fight it, because I was just getting into a sweet spot with my Agile, my 11.5.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, oh, I'm in love. Like, bro, it's sitting right here. Like, I don't even want to put it away. Like, I'm like, oh man, it's good, it's good. And he was like, all right, well, we'll see. And then I tried it, and I was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm on 13.5, Trey's on 10.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know when the whole Fledge torque rotor like thing hit like Super G, it was like all the craze. So I tried it, right? It was okay in my Shark, but I didn't care for it. I went back to the regular level 38 rotor, and I was way better.
What kind of was the aha moment for me was like, it's not necessarily that you need the wheel speed, it's just you need the lower torque.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes sense, like
Yeah.
thinking about it, because we spend so much time in that soft zone to pick up speed.
Yeah. We have like I always say that we have way too much power.
Yeah.
Mile High, curious how much lighter the 380 motor and motor mount is compared to a normal 540.
I bet that's gonna be fine. I just the thing with that is like everybody's doing all this work to put their motor higher, but then you're gonna put a lighter motor on it. It's just like everybody's all over the place with that stuff.
I think you guys are right, like 70 grams lighter around that.
Yeah, 70
avenue.
grams sounds right.
Hey,
I think-
listen, I need that 70 grams lighter, okay? I need it.
Yeah. Not only for his car.
Yeah, so I have the D-Like 7AG, so the 10.5 variant of the 380 motor, and like
Vittorio,
it's
you
okay.
got one more time to call me fat.
Should
It's
we
a-
show him the team photos, Trey?
Bro,
Uh-oh.
I look like I was 4 months pregnant. Come on.
Oh, Well-
Hi, Emerson.
oh boy, Dow, I started. Oh, dang it. No, dang it. Ah, too many people.
Hello from California.
Dow says I started on the Yokomo DX1 Type R's, so I gravitated back to RPM rotors. You
That
know,
makes sense.
but I hated the Yokomo Type R, like
Me
rotors.
too. I was just talking to Shane about that. I hated the Type T.
Like, so my motor of choice was the Type R can with the torque rotor inside it. That's what made that motor for me.
Mm.
Well, I think the DX1 was like super smooth, right?
That's before I tried Yokomo motors.
Yeah. Yeah, Trey's on 13.5 or 10.5 with LV30. I'm on 13.5 with LV30.
Right on. And a Fledge, not an Agile.
Fledge.
Gotcha. With fan or without fan?
Yeah, I don't have a fan on mine. So
I don't have a fan on mine.
I think the fans are absolutely worthless.
The fan is actually designed to cool the sensor board. So
yeah,
it's more
not for the motor.
consistent. It's not designed to cool all of the motor. It's only designed
Yeah.
to cool the sensor board.
So, I can't find it. So the end cap that comes with the stock Fledge with the fan, I want that because it's open.
Mhm.
So I want to push more air through the motor. That was one thing that I was worried about switching from an Agile to a Fledge. Agiles typically run cooler. Oh, what's up, DJ? Take that off. But Agiles typically run cooler than Fledges. But swapping out the rotor, I saw like I can't remember. I think it was like a 8 to 10 degree temperature drop, changing the rotor.
Yeah.
I don't really know why. Maybe it's just more efficient with the rotor. I don't know, but it's cooler temps for sure. Vittorio doesn't worry about stuff like that. He'll drive until it blows up.
We know a guy
I
like
ran
that.
mine to like 170. It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's fine. It's
It's
fine.
fine. Difference between Agile and Fledge. I think that Agile is more torquey. The Fledge is more responsive.
Yeah. And I
See-
feel like the Agile has more top end for sure. Natively.
Okay, so Trey's description would match with what I've been hearing from like other people, which is why I've held off of like buying an Agile, because it just sounds like it's a weaker motor, I guess you could say. Just more. Well, I don't know how to explain it, but like whenever I talk to someone, it's like more usable and more wide power band for the Agile, which I don't know. I still like my Fledge.
I think the easiest way for me to explain, like I said, like if we're talking about 10-5 turn Fledge versus Agile,
Mhm.
again, it's kind of like the Agile doesn't wake up until like after 50,000 RPM.
Sure.
After that, it kind of just takes off. The Fledge is happy anywhere between like 15 and 70. And that's really usable power in between there. But I typically see people that run on Agiles are the ones that you hear, and they're running it a whole lot hotter because they're so used to driving at the top of the power band of that motor.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, Agile is just more aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
They'd say the Fledge has more mid range.
Yeah,
Okay.
it does.
Play with.
Yeah, it does.
That's probably why I like it then.
Yeah.
What makes a good motor good?
One that works for you, dude.
Like actually though, because everyone has their different style, right?
Yeah.
There are some people that will drive with like the super torquey motor for
Yeah,
no
I
apparent
feel
reason.
like motors are so subjective. It's
Yeah.
like,
It's very subjective.
Like in Japan, there was people who were running like really coggy motors, and you think it's drag brake, but no, that's just how it is naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the 380 can D-like motor. Like if you spin it at the rotor shaft, it feels super coggy, but then once you put
It's
it in the
smooth.
car, yeah, it's fine.
Smooth as hell. Yeah, I have it in my my LP86. I love it. It's smooth as hell.
Hmm.
It doesn't have no balls, but it's
that's what
smooth.
makes it fun, though.
Yeah, it's just you just do this like
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's what they advertise the motor as, right?
Well,
Like
that's the whole car, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
like a naturally aspirated car is what they were going for. That's why the new Fledge, the Minerva or whatever Akivance calls it, is kind of an interesting idea. So you're saving the weight, but it's slightly dumb. So it's a $150 motor and then a $25 motor plate, and then whatever rotor that you want to put in it, right? So it's like $210 if you want to go all in on that.
Yeah. Any true tuner can make a motor good by the way they drive based on chassis setup. Yeah, that's true.
I was just reading that. Absolutely.
We're on 14 bevel gear.
Yeah, that was the first thing I changed. That was Pinkman that explained that really, really well. That was the first thing I changed for sure.
So what's your final FDR after that? Because it should be lower, right?
I don't. You might think I'm BSing you, but I never calculate FDR. I don't care.
Yeah,
Sure.
I don't calculate it. It's whatever gear works for me.
Yeah.
It's like it's burn tune without knowing it.
You didn't write it down?
Yeah, Y14. The throttle modulation's a bit better, Jake.
I mean, in a sense, it would be like running a bigger pinion gear, right?
Hmm.
Dark Drift 21.5 with 80.25. Yeah. Right. Rhino also the resident speed demon. Okay. Okay, you guys. So we're at 8:30. Should we dive into some of the pictures, or Trey or Vittorio? Do you have any like hot takes you want to bring up?
Sure. I'm good with whatever.
You're...
I played with the alternate size idler gear, yeah. But I'm running the 72s first, so I only have the option to run the 28 toot idler in the bottom and the 224s at the top.
Yeah, I tried the 28s up top. I don't like it. I'm 24 all the way around. I'm still on the 76 tooth spur. And this is what I'm talking about, is preference. We don't use the same entirely. We don't entirely use the same components. We really go off of feel and preference.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, within the Shibata lineup, as far as the products, there's just certain things I really like that I change quickly, like H-arms. I think Vittorio was playing with H-arms and went back to A-arms. It's all preference, man. It's just how you achieve what you're trying to achieve.
Were you saying that you guys were changing out idler gears?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. Okay.
So for trying different setups as far as within the drivetrain, like I didn't even bother to ask him because I know how he is, and he probably didn't ask me because I don't care about FDR or any of the ratios. I just go off of feel. If it feels right, it's cool. So like his setup, I tried it. I don't like it.
Sure.
I don't like 28 tooth idler gears.
That's interesting that would make a change,
Oh yeah.
Because like if it's something that's the same on both sides, right? Because like idler gears are like a one in, one out type of thing, right? It's not changing on the other side unless it's an RMX.
No.
But yeah, that's right, DJ. I said it.
Yeah, you say it, Shane.
What did Shane say?
So FDR means nothing. Feels is more important.
Yeah, I'm all about the feels.
Facts. I like that. Okay, you guys. Here we go. What is this, Vittorio? What are we doing?
Oh God.
Okay, so I've been working with Mackie Works this year, and this is my 2025 body. And basically, we were deciding wing or no wing, and I said, "Go ahead, let's put a wing on it." So he initially mocked it up, and I said, "It's a little bit too far out. Like, let's move it in a little bit." And that's what he responded with to show me the gap.
That's pretty funny.
Okay, so you don't have this body yet, or do you?
No. So,
Okay.
Should we just say it, Trey?
Say what?
What's gonna happen soon?
I'm not saying anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't want to get in trouble.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so I'm picking it up in Japan pretty soon.
Okay, so we know that you're going to Japan. That's
Yeah.
all that it.
Remember, Adam, remember who said it? It wasn't Trey that said it.
Yeah,
It was definitely Trey.
yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Trey that said it.
That's all we know. That's all.
Yeah,
Really, Logan? God,
it was Trey that said it, right?
no, was it?
Yeah, it was.
I
I'm pretty
said
sure.
I said we're going to Japan. That's all I said. I didn't say when. I didn't say in the near future. None of that.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody
Well-
said when yet. It could be in 6 months. Nobody knows.
Nobody.
Oh.
It could be in 2 years. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not allowed to say what body it is because the licensing is not done yet. But if you look at the windows, it tells you what it is.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a new rocket bunny.
So, okay. I've been noticing this like kind of like tug of war type of thing because MST has literally the same exact body coming out as well. And they did the same thing with the GR too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, I don't know whose is licensed. Oh, I know for sure Addictions is licensed.
I'm pretty sure MST's is
Yeah.
too, but
Yeah.
it's I don't know. I like the GR 86 from MST.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine, and there's not very many body panels that you need to work with.
Yeah.
Tell us what you were thinking. Like, is this you making this design, or is this
Okay. So I met Mackie Works when we were in Japan. So Mackie did the body for Ryu, the one that he won finals with, and his current body. Anyways, like we just kept in touch, and when I was in Japan, I don't know if you guys saw, but I broke a light bulb.
And you were crushing strong zeros.
I was crushing strong zeros. So like I was like, oh, that'd be cool, make it into a livery. Because honestly, like it's a good drink, it looks cool. So I sent it to Mackie, and Mackie's like, I don't understand what you want. So I went on Photoshop and I mocked it up for him, just kind of like a general idea. And he said, okay, this is an interesting project I'm in. So yeah, so it's all paint. I chose the mango flavor because I'm Filipino. So yeah, and I just like the yellow car. So yeah.
This is very reminiscent of the Haichu car.
Yeah, so I saw the Haichu car when I was there, and I was like, I need something similar but more me. So I was like, here we go. And I like Strong Zero because like I used to do double zeros all the time in qualifying, so I'll take it.
Oh, I did not put that together. Okay. All right, we got some glamour shots of your GRK. That's really
I
far
think
away.
the photos you guys roasted last week were better. But that's it in its current configuration.
I can't see anything. It's oh, hey, okay. Floating battery tray.
Mm-hmm.
Actual selling point, or just it's different?
From what I hear, it makes the chassis twist more naturally because the battery doesn't get stuck when it's twisting.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Does the battery tray absolutely, is it annoying or is it functional?
It's functional. It's easy. Slide in and out.
Because I see some of those overdose boys with the new battery tray just struggling.
Yeah. No, it's super simple.
Yeah. It's like the MC1.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know what to say on this.
Clean. Looks good.
There's a nice bundle of wires there.
Yeah.
Hidden bundle of wires.
If we get how many subscribers do you have?
Me? Like 835 or something like that. I don't
If
know.
we hit 900 subscribers tonight, I'll put those chassis brace as wing mounts.
As wing
Like-
mounts? That's not that bad of an idea, actually. It'd just be super tall.
Yeah.
Dude, everybody on your S15, like, I haven't seen so many, like, the body's clean comments ever. Or maybe it's
Dude,
just because...
A single color car with, or you know, very simply painted car with some logos on it looks so good to me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it looks great. So
it's
many
just,
comments about it though.
Case in point.
I actually like painted that because I was needing to get used to the S15 while it was being painted.
Mm-hmm.
While it was being painted.
The rear wheel can't scoot back because the GRK is slightly shorter of a chassis.
Okay. And then here we have your Slide Customs body.
Yeah.
Future
So-
guest.
So me and Kia were throwing ideas around last time he was here, and we came up with this. So this was like his test paint job. My actual car is going to be a different color combination, but it should look about similar to that.
Quick tech chat from Charles. Do you guys experience any torque steer with the motor setup like that?
I do not.
I do not.
I think that might have something to do. Well, no, because that would. I don't know. Never mind.
I think if you guys saw the actual like transmission case, it's pretty solid, bro. It kind of knocks a lot of that stuff out.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure it's there, but it's very minimal to where
Yeah, it's very
not
minimal. Like,
noticeable.
yeah.
I know on my little mini Nervous that I have, like I don't get that.
Yeah. Oh, I have a mini Nervous. Well, I took it apart to make it into a full size.
I will say the GRK M, like the 3M, that's something that would be fun to have too.
Yeah, I want a GRKM.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I do think that the dual idler gears is probably helping that, because then you'll have power distribution on both sides.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. Again, I think everything's symmetrical. It's like right down the middle.
Mm-hmm. Are M chassis gaining popularity? No.
No.
We tried to make it happen for a good like year and then it just fell off. Although I think MST tried it and they're fun little chassis. So is there any inspiration behind this cat?
We like the rip and dip cat, like just a cat. So I don't know why he did that. I was telling him, I was like, dude, you're being a racist right now. You're giving this to me and it has that. But no, I like it. It's chill.
So Trey's pictures are way better. Sorry, Vittorio.
That's okay.
Here we go. All with a white backdrop. Where is Logan disappearing to? It's like he's just gone for a bit. Where are you going?
Bathroom.
Okay.
Is that allowed?
Okay.
Okay.
Checking on his Subaru.
I have to make sure my
Subaru.
car is still on its wheels.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Are these
Man,
the
I love a black chassis.
are these the GRK shocks? Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a hot take for you. I have a hot take for you.
Okay.
And people are gonna think that I'm sucking up or fanboying, but I don't care. I love TRS. I was actually talking to Shane about this. I've even told Vittorio, I love TRS. I was on here last year talking about how much I love TRS. Everybody knows I love TRF. I have 4 sets. I'm trying to sell a set right now. I have 4 sets of TRFs.
You should get the RCR UC conversion.
A bunch of people at our track ended up with TRFs after that episode.
Oh,
So, but look what the base is. TRFs, right? With the RCR 926. I would say the Shibata dampers are better.
what's the cost difference? I was told that you kind of have to build the Shibata shocks kind of piece by piece.
No. So the Shibata dampers in the GRK5 kit are actually really good. It's literally just one thing you have to change, and it's the black bladder. I think the black bladder was a situation where they were kind of trying to save on costs, and it ended up that being kind of like the cheap part. But once you change out the bladder, blue or red, it like wakes up the dampener.
Damper.
Your damper, sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry, Vittorio.
Wow.
We got suspension Nazis in the house. I'm sorry.
I'm the only person at PDX that says damper, I think.
Yeah, no, you're right, damper. Sorry. Excuse my ignorance.
Yeah.
Wow, I feel like that cut so much deeper than it should have.
But yeah, no, like I feel like it kind of is a little bit a better of design than a TRF, where at the bottom end of the body, they actually have a shaft guide.
Okay.
The way it seals up at the bottom is very similar to the TRF, but the shaft guide kind of puts it up over the TRF. Once it's completely sealed and closed, the damper is good. It doesn't leak. I've jumped on 2 flights and I haven't had to change anything. There's no leaking, anything like that.
Mhm.
I have a bleeder, like a bleed off hole at like the upgraded tops. I kind of just crack that open, fluctuate the suspension a little bit, lift the car up, tighten it back up, it's good to go. So you can achieve that with TRFs. I've traveled with Axons. I've traveled with big bores. Big bores completely took a dump on the plane to where
I can
when I
imagine
did
that.
travel with big bores, I just emptied them out and then I kind of filled them up where I got to my destination. So the Shibata dampers are really nice.
Sweet. Brandon G in chat. What is your favorite TRF build?
My favorite TRF build, it's actually really simple. So of course, any TRF body that you want, I like to use all top line components except for the O-rings. If you use the TRF blue X-ring O-rings, those work really good. If you get a hold of some Teflon shims to go in there with the O-rings to help create a better seal, you can use whatever shafts you want to use. I use the top line shafts. Pretty much everything top line. The top line white bladders, the TRF red sponge at the top to kind of keep the bladder consistent. I mean, it's to me is pretty much bulletproof.
Mm-hmm. Right on. Yeah, I just finished my TRFs for my build, for my RC art build. I rebuilt them so many times just to get the feeling right because they're so different.
Mm.
I'll find out on Saturday if they drive right. Let's see. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do. Josh is asking for camber and toe preferences. Well, we're kind of...
-3 rear, -10 front.
What if your tires change though?
Yeah, you gotta tune it to the tire that you use.
So I'm -9 up front, and I think I'm 2.5 or 3 in the rear.
Boost and turbo settings, 64, 64.
All of it. Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
I'm joking.
Do you okay? So vacuum pumps, when bleeding shocks. Do you care about that?
No.
No, I do it the old school way, bro. I'm simple.
Do you feel like titanium hardware makes a difference
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
in cost?
So the reason why
Is he talking in the shocks or just in general?
I think in general.
I think in general, I use the scale reflex titanium screws. One, if I end up losing one, I know it's mine because most people don't
Yeah.
use it. Two, it's kind of like they're a little bit stronger than the screws that come in the kits off the top to steel. I could kind of torque spec all my screws down. I don't have to
With
worry
what?
about. No, I'm just saying by feel. Golly, I told you this. You are alive. I'm talking about by feel. I do everything by feel. Get off my head.
You got a calibrated
Hey,
finger.
listen, it's
You didn't see all the
tight.
torque specs in his notebook, dude?
Hey, it's good and tight. God,
Point 0.23 inch pounds.
All of mine are 3 Ugga Duggas, dude.
Ugga Duggas. What's an Ugga Dugga by hand tightening or
What I'm liking with titanium hardware is the actual hex slot lasts a lot longer.
Yeah.
that
But
makes
again,
sense.
good and tight.
Unless it's plastic.
I'm not talking no more, man. Vittorio, I can't say that. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
aren't you
watch
glad-
Rush Hour 3.
Aren't you glad we're not in the same plane?
I'll go to sleep on you, bro.
Which one of you is gonna raw dog that flight?
Oh no, don't do that. That's the worst idea ever. Raw dogging
Really
flights.
think- I take a sleeping pill and I ask for wine, then I wake up and we're there.
Like, okay, never mind. I don't even want to go there.
Nope, throw it out there. It's in the universe.
Raw dogging, no. Raw dogging flights, no. That's a bad idea. That's it. So this is last year, right, Trey?
No, this was like 2 weeks ago. That's
Okay.
me and Fordyce.
Okay.
Shane, you know that a lot of people used to have to raw dog their entire life.
So shout out to Tyler. Scale Magic took those photos when they came out to Arizona.
Oh, right on.
I appreciate him.
He's gonna be a guest.
He should be a guest. He
Yep.
should be.
He's lined up.
Yeah, Tyler should be a guest.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a photo nerd
that
session.
dude-
We got
That
Tyler
dude-
and Jonah scheduled, or not. Jonah's not scheduled yet, but he's on the list.
yeah.
Jonah's recovering right now.
Shane said, "T nasty, T grizzly, T money."
Yeah, these are good pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How about this? Trey, technique on tinted headlights. Go.
Mine is trash. So the technique is don't do what Trey did.
Well, what did Trey do so we don't do it?
Yeah. Okay. So don't use the Tamiya. What is it? Translucent yellow.
Okay.
That's one coat.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta use the Tamiya in the little jar.
Yeah. That. I was like, dude, my car has jaundice.
But you see how nice I was? I didn't even mention that. I just looked away.
Yeah. You probably pointed and laughed. Shut up.
But I was being nice because I know you painted that.
So what? That everything about that body is super clean except for the headlights.
That's like the only thing I can see.
Well, the only thing that you can see in this picture is the front right wheel. That's the only thing in focus right now. Oh, if you're looking at our screen, like Trey, yeah, it's gonna be late. I wish I need to figure out what's going on with the computer.
You can speed up the jar drying process by using a hair dryer, but using the cool setting.
So Kane, James here at PDX uses a Sharpie as well, and like I don't get it because like whenever I've tried to do anything translucent, it always has like those weird like overlap lines.
I'm gonna just get a professional to do it next time.
That's my method.
Okay, tab cleanup. Clean the tabs. Hold on.
Oh, it's Shane's chassis next.
Please,
Oh, we're
Shane's.
okay.
please,
Hold on.
Miss Shane.
Wait, where is it? We can skip to it.
Oh, is there if there's a person ahead, we can go to the next person.
FYI, Shane.
Oh wait, it's down next. So yeah, let's go to
get down.
Dow.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do Dow.
You want Dow? Okay. Thoughts. I know overdose is cool. This pit board just does not make sense to me. I love it. It just doesn't make sense.
It's cool. Lots of machine time for sure.
But there's so many divots on it. Like, you gotta put something flat over the top of it, right?
Yeah, I think that's why it has those little opening things.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've heard. Okay. Let's burn through these pictures. This is a Bianca, yeah? Yeah.
David, on the way to GGT, we were just talking, and I joked about it, and then I bugged him a little bit at GGT, and he's like, "Okay, you can have it, but under the condition that I drive it with a GOM." So
That was fun to see.
I don't know what we're doing. We're just
Looking
going
at
through.
DAOs.
We're going through pictures.
Make
Very
fun of now.
nice. Very nice.
it's a nice build, Dow.
It's a nice build.
Have you guys ever interacted with the Baola dampeners yet?
It kind of goes back to my point of why I kind of moved away from
Nerds.
nerds. Like, I'm on the fence if I should even sell my nerd, bro. Because I just don't see them coming back and being useful as they were, because everyone is going to P-Tile. So I haven't. The last time I touched a track that had polished concrete was the hobby shop, and they just recently went to P-Tile.
Mm-hmm.
So changing the dampening settings that much, I really don't see the need. The dance. Shut up. You know what? I'm out of here. I'm gonna do this.
I think it's like the type of layout you can also make the adjustment on the damper.
Wow, you made him leave. Jeez.
He'll come back. He's coming back. He knows he's
Yeah,
coming
he'll,
back.
He'll come back, dude. It's fine.
It's fine.
He makes a good point though. Yeah, like the whole thing is needing to switch up your surfaces. Like we still drive on two different surfaces, so it's kind of okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's our? I mean, are you talking about like car shows?
Yeah,
As the other? Okay.
yeah.
Oh, by the
The
way,
other thing is like the tracks are so smooth, anyways. Like the suspension's barely doing anything.
so that's not what I wanted. PDX listeners or Oregon listeners, Import Expo in March is actually at the convention center, not the expo center. So we'll be on that surface and not the expo surface. Jake was kind of bummed out about that. They're
I don't recognize the rear diffuser because I never put him on.
oh, this is your Bianca?
That's Dow's.
Well, yeah, but okay, never mind.
What's with the tape? Wait, was this from Grid Live? Where we taped our carbon down so we wouldn't scrape it on the asphalt?
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Is it magnetic tape?
No, have you seen those Tamiya 4-wheel drive cars? It's probably doing that,
Oh.
using tape or foam to like slow it down.
I think Trey's doing a number 2.
Let it be heard that Vittorio suspects.
Try over here taking a shit.
Oh, this is sick. That's a cool body.
Oh, I found one thing I really can't stand on your car, Dow. So you have a Rev D sticker and an overdose sticker. You gotta pick one, dude.
But stickers is life, man.
Yeah, but they should make
He's-
sense.
Yeah, you can't cross pollinate your stickers.
I mean, he has a snap-on sticker here.
Pollinate is what I come into.
Yeah, but when there's like it bothers me seeing like a BC Racing and a KW sticker together.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
It doesn't make sense.
yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
Wait, Dow, where's your mirrors, dude?
Super don't need no mirrors.
It does.
So here, this is coming from Momo. I want to congratulate you on actually putting a different body on, other than the awful Subaru wagon, like thing that you have.
Dude, that's the Focus RS, right?
Looks like it.
That's what Keith's running right now, I think, a GGT. Yeah, I think he's running a white one.
Okay. How far do you guys want to dive into this? Because there's actually quite a few pictures here, and we are.
I mean, it's
technically
9.
Yeah, we're technically past time, so it's up to you guys. We can go farther. We can kind of cut it short.
Wait, when does this end? 10 or 9?
9.
Oh.
Logan's got to go to bed.
Oh, just go
I
like
have to
really
get up
fast.
at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
So do I.
Oh, hey, what are your guys' thoughts on Eagle Racing kind of stealing Azada's thunder with the whole wheels that they just put out?
That's cool.
Think it's cool?
Different options.
And definitely a cheaper price point, that's for sure.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Like,
Okay,
it kind of. I don't want to say clone.
No, you can say it because it is.
Yeah, like it's just if you are
keep scrolling,
it's
though.
kind of the same thing with if you are a real car enthusiast. You don't go the knockoff way because companies will end up dying out. A prime example of that is Recaro. Didn't they file bankruptcy 4 or 5 months ago?
I like that build.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like if you like this stuff. And again, I'm not knocking knockoffs, but you got to understand that the brands that you are trying to imitate, the brands that you like, they're going to end up dying off because of that purchase.
Yeah.
No complaints on that S14. That's clean.
That's clean.
Are we actually going into roasting? Okay.
Yeah. Wait, is Shane's after that? Or is there more?
Okay, here. So I don't know which one Shane is. Like,
Kane.
Oh, there's so many nice ones after.
Oh, you're talking about the pictures?
yeah. Like, what's his?
Hey, shout out to my tail slider Will. I love that thing.
For sure. Yeah. You
The
don't see a
gnarly
lot of
on
that.
is nasty.
All right. 20 more minutes, Logan.
Ugh.
What is Shane's tag in Discord?
Yeah, let's get Shane for sure.
He is
Let's
Lane
get
Gang Whoop.
Shane is your hero. You got low standards.
Sometimes.
Come on down.
Shane is like he's hard to keep track of online because his usernames are just all over the place.
Listen, that is Agent Zero.
I'm not finding it, you guys.
It's like the last one.
The last
Towards
one.
the end, yeah,
Towards the end.
of Roast My Rig.
There's like a brown DRZ.
I'm looking
The
for
way
a
you said
brown.
that.
brown
It
oh,
is.
really? Okay. Got it.
I think I know what Vittorio's gonna roast.
With the doo-doo color car.
No. Oh, I gotta zoom in on my phone.
Okay, so what is this?
So
This
Shane is bad with wiring, man. Oh my god.
This-
That
ADX.
wiring's horrible.
Zero attempt whatsoever with the
Yeah,
one.
he don't care. He does not
Yeah.
care.
You got a purple fan with a red fan on a black car.
So
Red chalks.
these Team AD fans are super loud and they draw a lot of current. And the Switch, if you have the Switch, as cool as it is, you can buy the Amazon variant for like way
Dang,
cheaper.
We got done talking about clones. You got red and purple?
Yep.
Drugs.
I will say, Shane's car looks like not that nice, but it does drive pretty good.
Doesn't look good.
It
Look,
looks
mine
not
work.
that nice.
It's on the outside that counts.
This explanation is mine works.
My works.
Yeah, special classification. Mine works.
Please, if you could just clean up the wiring, then I could claim you.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No screw on the servo. What is this? Like hopes and
Shane.
dreams?
We did,
Nice,
yeah,
dude.
We do this off of hopes and
Wait,
dreams.
wait. No, is that a flathead?
Where?
There's nothing in there.
Yeah,
This
it's
is a Bluetooth screw.
No, it's a flathead.
No.
There's nothing in there.
Oh. No,
No.
no, Vittorio might be right.
I think he's right.
I see the hex.
Yeah.
It looks like nothing.
Hey,
I still say hopes and
I'm
dreams.
still gonna say it's a Bluetooth screw.
I mean, a flathead is almost just as bad as no screw.
All right.
That's
Shane said it's
crazy.
flat.
This man does. This is a psycho right here. He doesn't care.
Dude, what are the weight on those weights? Like 20 grams?
Probably 10 grams each.
It almost looks like you dumped out a parts bag and then just kind of.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. I've seen it. Seen my bill.
No. Spec.
It's super unfinished.
Hey, it drives though. It drives.
Okay, so this is something different.
It's GRK.
Thanks, GRK.
Is that wow? Is that camera angle, or does it really have that much toe?
I think that's camera angle.
Okay.
Probably a little both.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Wiring key.
Okay, sometimes you just gotta throw it in the car and go.
Wiring king.
It's just a bundle.
Here's the
this
rest
is
of the red parts
crazy.
that he was supposed to use on the other car.
Yeah.
This is
To be fair to GRK, it's kind of hard to tuck wire.
listen. The hardest car to manage any type of wiring in is the Bianca. You have no space.
No, that's the Zada.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, the Zada. Yeah, the Merlin. Merlin, you have no space.
Shane, I can't roast this car.
I can roast the wiring.
It's all the
I don't
same.
I don't like the wheels in the back. And that you're running LF4s, so you're on the wrong spec tire, sir.
The judge is on the wrong tires. That's crazy.
It says the hobby shop on it.
You bum. Wrong tires.
Dang. No wonder it's fast, Shane.
Albert's really gonna say zip tie saves lives.
We've got a Jake body mounting method here going on.
Oh boy.
Leaving those magnets there.
The only problem I have with this body, which is I told Shane, and it's not his fault, is that I don't like that it has a Liberty Walk sticker on a Rocket Bunny.
Yeah, we talked about that. That's crazy.
Oh look, here we go.
And it's not. It doesn't look as brown in the picture as it is in like real life.
Ooh.
How did he do way better with this chassis?
He
Does it-
probably didn't do the work.
Yeah, it's already put together.
That was the display
I'm talking
model.
about wiring wise.
No, it was probably Jason Wong. Wong does the
probably was
best
Wong.
wiring. Shout out to
probably was-
Wong.
I should call him and be like, "That should happen."
We just found his
Dark
magnets
Crimson,
for him,
that's
dude.
crazy.
Shane, I don't believe that you did the wiring.
Hell no, he did not do that. Hell,
Have
Can
you
I ask
driven?
how many screws fell out of this car yet?
Have you guys driven
Both
this
of
car
them.
yet?
Oh
Like-
yeah, there's 2 Merlins at our track, and both of them have had screws fall out.
Shane, did you really wire this one?
he did not.
Particularly the
I
battery.
refuse to believe he did any wiring to this car.
If you really wired this one, I'll give you a coolish.
See?
And then back to square one on this thing. Okay. Put that on my child's life. Oh my gosh.
I still need receipts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, even
Whoa, there's a really cool chassis if you scroll down.
Red crap.
Well, that too.
I mean,
But this one?
I'm more interested
Oh.
in the snowmobile.
Is that a snowmobile? It looked like a ski-doo.
I thought it was a Sea-Doo.
Yeah, Sea-Doo, whatever.
It
It
has
might be a snowmobile.
yeah, it has skis
It's
on
a-
it.
It does have skis on it.
Yeah, it's one of those old snowmobiles.
That's cool.
And they just chopped it up and put a motorbike underneath it.
Oh.
That's kind of sick.
Where am I going, Vittorio?
Keep going.
There's
There's
a-
like a there's
There's
like
an
a
ISO
machine,
grid chassis that isn't an our design chassis.
like a machine chassis.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I have something like that.
That looks pretty sick.
Yeah.
Not like that, but
What is that?
It looks just custom.
it is.
Hold on. I saw this car in Texas. I saw
Yeah, it
this
was
car
in Texas.
I can't remember the guy's name. Cool guy. Oh, I can't remember your name right now.
Garrett.
Garrett, yeah. So
It says on his Discord.
yeah, he pretty much built that up from scratch.
Yeah.
It looks like it.
And I think he said he was going to school for engineering or something like that. So he has a really creative mind. The whole principle behind the car and what he was going for, I feel like he executed it pretty well. It drove pretty good. I think it's just it needs some more tuning, you know. But it's a sick chassis. Like he got it to a point where it's pretty good.
Does it keep up?
Yeah, it keeps
Yeah.
up. I think it was more of, again, he's still learning how to tune and then knowing how to chase and where to position his car. He's still learning that too. But the car is it capable? Yeah.
Right on. I want you guys, the guys that don't know, this is the older S-Bus adapter that was only like $43
Yeah.
before the price hike.
Yeah.
Cool body. Good body. Ooh, the lights are cool. Got some
Yep. There's Garrett. Yeah. Cool guy. Super chill. He went to go get some what did we get? We got like some hot wings or something. We got daiquiris when I was in Texas.
I think that body's all paint too.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Super cool guy.
I was gonna say it reminds me of an RTR car, and yeah, there it is.
Hey, Shredcraft, going back to you. What is this that I'm looking at? I don't know what I'm looking at.
It's probably something crazy that he cut out because he does
Yeah.
that.
I think it's like based off of RDX, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I see. Oh, I mean, but what is it? Is it like a RDX, RD2.0, RDX base? There you go.
Yeah.
Right on.
You guys follow him on YouTube. He does some cool crawling stuff.
Of course you'd bring up crawling here.
Yes.
We need to bring up quad stuff. We need to get the FPV guys out.
No, we're crawlers, dude.
Nah, bro. FPV is what.
Here we go. I'll pull this out just for you. Oh,
That's one of us. One of us. What is that? It's a mini whoop, or what kind is it?
it's a 3-inch
Oh.
something.
Oh, it's a 3-inch. Okay. Yeah,
You want to see
I
the
have
5
a
inches?
3.5 inch. I have a 3.5 inch Pirate Matey 2.
Mhm. You want some 5 inches? 5-inchers? Mine are just sitting on the wall. they
Yeah,
need a good home.
No, because I have my 2 freestyle rigs, and then I'm building a long distance one, so I'm good.
All right, on. I stopped flying because of all the rules.
Man, just build a 3.5.
Christopher Silva is in the house.
What up, Silva? Late as usual.
He just got off work, dude. Give him a break.
He can log in.
Give him a break. Hey, Trey, do you remember how you worded your question from forever ago from your first time on the stream? Was it a tool? Like your most useful tool?
Like my favorite. What was like my favorite? Like RC. Like part. It was like it was like a tool, I think.
Because we did that last stream, and that was a fun
Yeah.
little thing.
What's
Yeah,
up?
and it's
Is that you,
crazy
Kevin?
'cause It's changed. Like right now, so it was my digital gauge from Sky RC,
Mhm.
my digital camera gauge. I still use it. I still love it. But my Tau is my. I found a whole new level of love for my Tau.
Is there anything that the Tau can do outside of what the radio settings can do?
The easy settings.
Or
Okay.
the power boost.
Yeah.
Now, is the power boost specific to the Fledge motor though, or does that apply
The
to?
X, I think.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The ESC.
Okay, gotcha. What about you, Vittorio? What's your useful tool that seems to be overlooked by many others?
I use a 5.5. The wheel tool. 5.5 and the 2 mil for me. That's all I bring.
Yeah,
It's not
but
overlooked.
but
so, like,
DJ, that's just because you run MST.
I know.
I run the Rev D lugs or wheel lugs.
And is there any special reason behind that?
I don't know. It's smaller,
less
lighter.
rotating mass.
Sure.
David Chen, what does Power Boost do?
Power boost is kind of like I want to describe it like VTEC. You can adjust. It's basically adjusting the timing on certain RPMs.
I think it can. Is that the torque adjust, or is that a completely different setting?
I think the torque adjust does that with the throttle position.
Okay,
Because the power boost does it based on RPM, if I recall correctly.
so they're different. Okay. Gotcha. Well, you guys, I think we're coming down. Like, I'm out of topics. Logan, you got anything?
I don't.
DJ, you got anything?
No, not off the top of my head.
Trey apparently has something.
I got one. We can close it out.
Okay.
But I want to go last. I think this is the moment we could one up each other.
Okay, hold
My
on.
question is currently who's your guys' favorite driver?
Ooh. Who's my favorite driver
Out of everyone?
of RC drifting?
Yeah, right now. Whatever reason that you come up with it, like who's your favorite driver? Whether you like watching them drive or driving with them.
All right. While everyone thinks, I'm going to answer this one question. My crawler chassis right now is the H10 Optic from Vanquish.
Okay.
It's in chat.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a
DJ,
hard.
who's your favorite driver?
Oh God. I guess I'll put it two ways, locally and non-locally. Locally, there's quite a few people I like to drive with, but there's one person that I always, in particular, have a great time with, no matter when we drive, and that's my guy Phil. No matter what, we always have a smile on our faces, no matter what we're doing, no matter if we're crashing in corners or super close together in proximity. The other fun one to drive with. Oh yeah, that too. He rips. Shoot, out of state. Shoot, I don't know. I have to go someone with over a rolling. I mean, any of the rolling garage drivers, like a couple of tandem guys too. A lot of the tandem guys go pretty hard. Like, I can't really like in particular say one person though.
That's dope. That's dope though. That's it just sounds like a good experience overall though.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Logan?
I don't really think about this question at all. I don't know. I might be just selfish or something, but I don't like look around and watch other people drive that often. But yeah, I mean locally, my favorite person to drive with is Jake. Just because it's always like very high quality, high level of driving. And then yeah, out of state I was gonna say Shane.
Really?
Yeah, Shane. I don't think I've ever driven with Shane, but Shane.
It's like just because.
Oh, he's getting ready for Worlds. That's why.
Mm, hmm
Hmm.
Yeah, Shane's the best. He's number one.
Oh God.
Let's see.
What about you, Adam?
Yeah, I think okay, so I like even though I've driven out of state, I haven't driven out of state like a lot, so I don't really know. But for locally, it'd have to be Jake and James, mainly just because of consistency of lead lap, and you don't have to worry about them when they're following you either. They're just kind of there, and it's kind of like you just do your own thing. Yeah. What about you, Trey? Come to you.
No. Vittorio goes first. I want to hear Vittorio.
Okay.
All right. So we're doing it locally, internationally.
Nope.
I guess.
Locally and
Wherever,
nah,
right?
Yeah, I kind of threw that one out there.
that's
All
fine.
right.
It's fine.
I think
All
it's
right.
fair.
So locally, I have three, so I can't just choose one.
Okay.
I like driving. No, it's more than three. Whatever. But that's Super G for sure. Jason Fordyce, Shane, and Christopher Silva. Because the first two are just like really fun and very consistent to drive with. Chris Silva is just so entertaining that it makes drifting really fun because you never know what he's gonna do. GGT for sure. Nico, like we synchronized there pretty good. And Jay, I don't know if you guys met Jay at GGT.
I don't
Maybe.
remember. I don't think so.
Big Samoan guy.
Oh no.
He's not Samoan, but
So you're just saying that he's that big.
So the big Samoan guy that's not Samoan. I got you.
That's crazy.
he's Filipino. But he's really big. Like he's really tall, scary. No, he's not scary. Internationally, I think driving with there were so many people that I drove with that it's like hard to choose. And I don't want to like single anyone out, but like I mean I drove with the OD guys, the Iroha guys, the guys from Joyous, like and Mako at Yokomo, at the Yokomo track. And all those people are just great. Like it was just nice taking in whatever knowledge they put out there, like just driving.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hey Trey.
So locally, I gotta shout out my boy Chris Hawkins, raw component
Sure.
for sure. Whenever it really comes down to, he's just really helpful, really helpful. But he does catch me off sometimes where like I'm just thoroughly impressed. We kind of came into this hobby fairly around the same time, and his style and his flair has really grown a lot. So it's always a joy. Like he's literally one of my favorite drivers for sure. If we're gonna stay stateside outside my local track, I want to say Joseph Durkee, with the honorable mention of Jason Fordyce. I was able to drive with Jason recently. I normally don't really get to get laps with him at Super G, so to kind of get laps at Tandem and then really just like mix it up with him was dope. I've always kind of been. I come from a fan aspect. I like to watch other people drive.
Shane.
Yeah, Durkee's really good. He's actually like really better than Shane. He's like really good. But like I enjoy watching other people drive. I will say internationally, I think I've driven at the same tracks as Vittorio did, minus Aroha, but like the Joyous guys, bro, they do not mess around, dude. The Joyous guys are super fun. You can find any local guy there, and they're just really quick, and they commit to everything they do, which is really fun. But again, like I said, like stateside, it had to be It had to be Chris Hawkins, Fordyce, and Durkee for sure. And not Shane. Shane drives like straight complete trash. Like Shane is terrible. No, Shane's a good guy.
Well, I know someone that's not getting into the higher brackets next year.
It's like, well, remember that one stream?
This is documented. Retaliation? Okay.
Remember that one time on stream?
Yeah.
Dang.
All right, you guys. Hey, Vittorio, Trey, thanks for being on. It's always a blast to have you guys here.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
So I got to give a shout out to Chris Hawkins too, because at finals I was kind of wanting. I had talked to both Trey and Chris, and I was going to have them on together since they're both Phoenix guys. But obviously, with the news of the Shibata thing happening, it worked out a little better to get Vito back on. But we'll get Chris on again too.
Yeah, get Chris on. He's a good guy. That's my guy. Shout out to Chris on.
You can come back with him.
Tandem guys, Rolling Garage, Shibata, AccuVance.
Yep.
Addiction. Not Vittorio, because he doesn't like when I say dampening versus damper and all that stuff. He's pointing it out.
He's really hurt, guys.
Hey, go for it, Vittorio.
I do like one last shout out. So this morning, Mackie Works Instagram account got hacked, so he made a new one. It's Mackie Works Japan. So give him a follow,
bro. For sure.
That sucks. Like years of artwork.
Yeah,
like,
that's
inaccessible.
horrible.
At least like the person that hacked it didn't delete everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'll post the actual.
That sucks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And just to let you guys know, I think this was the highest viewed stream. I think we beat last
All
week.
because I came back, baby.
Oh, is that?
We did it.
That's
Trey
what
left the room real quick.
Trey left and we got 40 more viewers. It was
That's
crazy.
what's up. That's
So-
what's up. I'm the reason why the hate is this.
But if me and Trey didn't banter, it would be really bad.
It
Oh.
would be. It's like you guys, we're really censoring ourselves right now.
I
Well-
wish
well,
we
thank
could
you.
get that out of you guys. That's what I want.
The group chat with Shane is not a good one. To
No, it's not. No,
Oh, we have a picture of Shane, but we're not allowed to show it.
Oh,
no,
geez.
I have a picture of Shane, and I will keep that at my disposal with my finger over the nuke button.
Yeah, it's so bad like YouTube might shut down the stream.
So sneak peek.
No,
TOS.
no,
We
Sean, I
can't
won't-
violate TOS.
Sneak peek for next
I don't
week.
want to be a part of that chat either. Please don't invite me.
Geez. Okay, you guys. Sneak peek for next week is Brenna and Kalai.
Nice.
So that'll be another fun one. They're coming back.
From TDC.
Yep. Talk all about the whole international stuff and all that fun stuff. And more
Dope.
RCO and Tech One, and yeah.
RCO's in the house.
Dope.
And then we got Kevin Tan and Adam coming in on not me, Adam, Dr. Adam. The 13th of February. Joey and Sunny from Canada on the 6th. We have a spot open on the 30th.
I have a couple maybes for that, but
Nico?
it's hard to schedule with a bunch of people that are giving me maybes.
I heard Miko's down for the 30th.
Nico is super down.
Yeah.
If you drag him to the stream, I'll have that. No. All right, you guys. Vittorio, Trey, hang out. Let's end it. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, watching the stream. If you're still here, maybe do the like and share and subscribe thing, because I haven't said that like last week either, but I should have. Yeah, do that thing. If you have topics, ideas, post them in the Discord if you're there. Shoot me a message if you want. Or
Yeah.
Logan or DJ. We're all good contacts for this stream. And we try to cover everything. So it's been
Think
fun.
of names for the stream.
Yeah, think of names. We're trying to work out the guys over in UK area. Like
Yeah.
it's a timing thing. Kevin works out great because his is literally 12 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
So his isn't so bad. Okay. Anyways, ending it. You guys have a good evening. Later.
Nice.
Dope. Be safe.